Today we're here with Kylie Reinholdt. She is a senior at St. Helens High School, and Kylie is the school record holder in the triple jump. She's also on the top 10 list in the school for the long jump and the high jump. What are your plans this year to try and move up those lists?
Well, I'm really focused on triple jump and trying to make my mark go further to do better in the state. And long jump, that just comes along with triple jump because they both kind of go hand in hand. And so if one's getting better, the other one should be too. And high jump, we're just working on it every day and my explosiveness and yeah.
So it sounds like high jump is kind of less of a focus than the other two?
Yeah.
Okay. So your triple jump, your best mark right now is 36.2, is that right?
Yeah.
So do you have a specific number that you're trying to get to?
I'm trying to get past like 36.5 and just see as far as I can go. If I can go further, that's great.
Have you come close to that in practice, or do you even worry about distances in practice?
We don't really do full approaches in practice. We watch film and videos and how to go further and things that I can change.
Okay. And then do you have any specific number in mind for long jump?
I'm gonna try to break 17 because I got 16.8 and like 3/4 at state or something. So.
Okay. And you mentioned that you're trying to work on those to improve your placing at state, and I think you've been in the top 10 all 3 years so far in triple jump, and then 7th in long jump last year. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's an ideal place for you this year?
Anything really, like 5th place and above. I'm just gonna try my best to make sure I'm hitting the board and just see where it goes.
Now, last year you qualified in the high jump too, but didn't high jump at state, right?
Well, I was like tied. Like the first two were like tied for first, and then I was second. So they gotta go, but I didn't.
Okay. All right. And now, do you have specific goals other than just getting to state as far as the district tournament goes, or district meet?
I'm gonna try to come out of the district meet with first place in long jump and triple jump. High jump, I know there's other good competitions, so we're just gonna see how I'm jumping that day.
Okay. Now you're also on the relays, which coming into the season, Tinkle said that the sprinters on the girls' side are going to be a lot better, more of a strength this year than they have been in the past. How are the newcomers picking it up so far after 2 or 3 weeks of practice?
They're actually coming along pretty good. They don't really know like how meets go yet, but once like they get a few meets underneath their belt, they'll know. They'll understand like what they have to do in order to make it flow.
Is that kind of a hard thing to get used to? Is the flow of the meet?
Yeah, it is because it's very different from middle school and they don't know anything really, and so once they do it a few times, they'll understand.
So does that kind of affect like how you rest between, or is it just knowing where you need to be at what point during the meet to warm up and do your events?
Well, you always need to be listening for calls, and you need to warm up before your event and cool down after. And sometimes they don't announce every event, so you need to like know what events are going on, know the list of them so you're not missing them.
Does it get, I know seeing you at some of the meets, you're kind of bouncing around between 2 or 3 different events at once. Is that just something that you're used to, or is that kind of a pain to have to go and do that many different events, bounce back and forth?
Yeah, that's something that I'm used to because high jump's first, and then 4x1 is the first running event. And so I'm usually bouncing back between those. And then triple jump is at the end of the meet, which doesn't really affect anything usually.
Okay. Let's see. Triple jump. Kind of a weird move.
Yeah.
What would you describe as like the perfect form for a triple jump?
So like when you're bounding, having your knees at 90 degrees, and you have to have a lot of like hip mobility and be able to like attack the ground with each phase. You want to keep them like as even as possible.
Okay. So now you say when you're bounding, so you've got, there's obviously 3 jumps. So is the first one a bound or like the first 2? How do you differentiate the 3?
The first one's kind of weird because you jump off your left foot, but you land on your left foot. So you switch in the air, and then your second one is just a bound like to the other leg, and then your third one is like you're jumping off of one foot and landing in 2 feet or on your side or whatever in the pit.
Okay. So you said the ideal way to do it is to get the same distance on each of the 3.
Yeah.
Is that pretty hard to do?
Yeah. It's really hard. You have to some people just have their first phase and their middle phase is step, and it's really hard to keep your power going through and to make it all the way to the pit if you're not pretty even.
So it seems like the second one is probably the most challenging?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So what distance are you aiming? Do you have a certain distance in mind for each one? Are you trying to get 12 feet each time?
It's around 12 feet. I don't know exactly what it is. My coach knows. But when I go off the 32 board, I know that my first phase should go past the 24 board. And then my second phase, I'm trying to reach out for the 8-foot long jump board. And then my last one, I don't know, into the pit as far as I can go.
So you have visual cues to
Yeah.
kind of show you where you go. Okay. Now back in volleyball season, you said that you were planning on going to Western to run track. You've talked to the coach a little bit?
Yeah, I went on a visit there and they toured me around the school and they told me that they'd be giving me some money also to go run track there.
And now are you going to specialize more, or is it still going to be 3 jumps and a relay? Do you know kind of what you're going to be doing?
I'm not sure. I know jumps for sure, but probably some sprints because that goes along with jumping. But I'm not exactly sure what jumps.
Okay. So will you have to do a lot more training during the off season instead of practicing for volleyball like you've done for however long? Will it be more specialized training on track during the summer and fall?
Yeah, we're going to have track in the summer, workouts, and then they also have indoor track in the basketball season or whatever.
Have you done an indoor meet before?
No.
Have you gone and watched one?
No.
All right. That'll be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Where do they have those around here? Or do they have to travel pretty far to go to those?
I'm pretty sure they have to travel because when I was down there, they had issues with some of their athletes getting across the border, so they were going kind of far.
Okay. Well, hopefully you don't run into any of those issues.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea what you're going to study down there?
I'm undecided right now. Just
Okay.
gonna do the basics for the first 2 years and figure it out along the way.
Cool. Sounds like a good plan.
Yep.
Well, good luck in your meet this afternoon and the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Bet.